session on ANSYS Workbench tutorials. In this session, we are going to analyze the piston head for transient thermal analysis. We are going to see what is the effect of temperature on the body over a period of time. We have already done the steady state thermal analysis of this piston head, wherein the temperature was constant over a period of time. Here the temperature is going to vary. So we will start by double clicking on transient thermal. Next I'll go to engineering data sources, general materials. I'll keep the material as aluminum alloy as I have done for the other analysis as well. I'll go to project and update project. Next I'll go to geometry and right click, import geometry, piston head. Then I'll go to model and double click. We'll first go to geometry and change the material to aluminum alloy. Next I'll go to mesh and I'll change the sizing to fine and update. Next I'll go to transient thermal and first I'll go to analysis settings. I'll change the number of steps to 10. The current step number is 1 and the step end time will remain to 1 second. I'll go to auto time stepping and I'll change this to on, because of which these three can be changed now. I'll leave define by to time. Initial time step I'll make it as 0.1. Minimum time step I'll make it to 0.1 and maximum time step I'll leave it to 0.1. You can change these values to any other number as well. If you make it to 0.01, what will happen is your number of steps will increase. So here I have just left it to 0.1 seconds. Next I'll go to transient thermal and I'm going to insert temperature on this surface. Apply. You can see here there are various steps. So the first temperature you can leave it to 22 itself, and the last one, say I'll give the value as 800. So accordingly these all temperatures will change themselves. Now here if you want to change, you can change this to 90. But if you make this 90, this also becomes 90. So you can just leave this to 22 itself. Okay, so I've varied all the temperature. Next, I will insert convection on rest of the surfaces. I'll click on apply and film coefficient I will change from here. I'll go to import temperature dependent and I'll go for stagnant air horizontal cylinder. Okay, so you can just see that based on temperature these values are going to change. Next, I'll go to solution and I'll right click and insert thermal temperature. Also, I will insert total heat flux. Next, we'll solve. Once the solution is done, you can see to the left what is the elapsed time, which is the time taken to generate the solution. It is 5 minutes 50 seconds. You won't see such a long time in this video because I will remove all those timing so that it is not a waste of time for you. So many a times people have asked as to how much time is taken or how come my solution is so faster. It is not so. Even my laptop takes a lot of time. It's just that I clip out those parts because that is not required. So if you want to see, you can see to the left over here. 5 minutes 50 seconds is the elapsed time for taking out this solution. So we first go to temperature and you can see here this is how the temperature variation takes place over the entire body with respect to time. If you want to see the readings, it is to the right over here at the bottom corner, tabular data. You have the time up to 10 seconds. So many readings have been taken. There are minimum and maximum temperatures that you can see. So if you just click on this minimum one, because maximum value is what you really require. So this is the graph that is obtained. So in case you want to take out this graph, you can take a screenshot of it. If you want these readings, just go there, right click, export, and you will be able to save this as a data. You can rename the file. If you want to see both of them, just click on minimum and maximum both. You can animate and check the result. Next, we'll go to total heat flux. You can see here the maximum value is 7.6605 watt per mm square and the minimum value is 0.00055966 watt per mm square. So, based on what is the amount of heat reaching that point, you will also have that much amount of heat being given out to the ambience. So if you want to see where it is max and min, just click over here. You will find the maximum and the minimum positions. And anywhere else, if you want to find the value, just click on probe. You can just go to that position and you can get the value. Now there is another way of doing it. I'll click on solution, insert thermal. If you want to see the total heat flux or you want to see the temperature, for example, you can just go to this geometry and you can select. Suppose if I want to see what is the temperature around this surface, apply. So that face has been selected. Just go to solution and solve. So when you go to this temperature 2, in this entire body, only this ring portion will be highlighted. This is the position where you place your piston ring. So after this analysis, you will find the analysis of piston ring in the coming sessions. So this is that circular portion where the piston ring is going to sit. And the temperature, as you can see here, suppose is around 533.8 degrees Celsius if the entire head is at 800 degrees Celsius. So this is what the heat has been transferred here. Accordingly, if you want, you can check for the other two positions as well. So this is how you can analyze. Also, if you want to see the heat flux in that piston ring area, just go to the face selection again, select the face, apply, solve once again. You will see what is the heat flux on this piston ring area. It is 4.9822 watt per mm square. That is the maximum value in certain areas. And where the value is minimum, it is 3.1651. So that's how you analyze a piston head for its transient thermal analysis. With this, I end the session. If you have any doubts, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.